So Brennan,
Hey.
thought I'd go around and do a little interviewing. I appreciate you coming. You're not part of the GSAR team. You're not, as far as I knew, we weren't even part of the community. But
Yeah.
you came out and you did a really nice job. What did you think of this type of exercise?
I had a lot of fun. It was a little challenging going to the dollar store and trying to find all the items, all the 5 C's, and putting it all together, making it work. Uh, yeah, it's good to have a lot of background knowledge, all the way from my father and help from my other friends here that are part of the GSR team that really helped me out. Uh, yeah, it was a great time. Had a good sleep.
Well,
Stayed warm.
I'll add a still of your setup because I took it when you were still asleep this morning.
Yeah.
Uh,
Thanks.
and I didn't have enough light to get your chair.
Uh,
And as I said to everyone who was doing this was a method of learning to adapt if you were just stuck.
mhm.
So once again, thanks for coming. Would you come again?
Oh yeah, every year.
All right. Jorge, how you doing, brother?
Pretty good. I have very good warm night. Uh, my fire lasted all night. I got enough wood to last me all night, and I was pretty warm.
Well, you had a pretty good super shelter going on there, so
I did, and right now I want to try like a flying bee. I want to see this target is big enough to what I want to do.
all right.
Yeah,
So did you have fun?
it was. I had a lot of fun. Probably I'm gonna spend the night.
Was it challenging?
Um, challenge part I guess was the timing from when we started at 6, a little bit over 6 till it got dark, and I didn't have my fire ready, and it was dark, and I was struggling to start my fire all
No.
night.
But that's how it would be in real life,
Yeah,
right?
but
That's
it was fun.
that's why you try and get that further along. If you can get the fire, because like we say, 3 hours without shelter, and you can die. But if you can get your fire going, that pushes that 3 hours because the fire is kind of a shelter. It's now a place to be warm. So you get your fire going first, and then you get your shelter going. So, would you do this again?
Oh yes,
All right. Thanks for coming.
that's fun.
Talk to Kira. She's got her site all tore down, but
They used a lawn fire
she did. Yeah.
and a little spruce bough bed. It's a little prickly. Shower curtain wasn't as optimal as I thought it would be. Probably will go for a drop sheet next time. A lot of my heat went out the side, but I still stayed warm.
So you want to do this again?
Oh yeah. Just want to go a bit earlier to the dollar store before my greedy colleagues buy everything. And probably go with a bit more of like sleeping comfort versus food and some other things that were just luxurious items. For 24 hours, I would rather be warm and comfortable and hydrated than.
Well, that's the stuff we teach. If something doesn't help you sleep better or doesn't help you get hydrated, then you shouldn't have that gear with you.
Yeah.
I mean, I can certainly see, tissues if you're going to go to the bathroom or something like that, but
But
24 hours you could probably get through.
yeah, don't need a can of peaches and Mr. Noodles.
No.
Didn't eat. But I got sleep. Just I probably could have been a bit more comfortable with $15 than I chose on this one. But I'd do it again.
So we learn.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much. So this is Trevor's site, and Trevor is a friend of Jorge's, and he opted to come out and have an evening with us. So what did you think of the challenge, Trevor?
It was good. I was cold for half the night, but then I went out, got some more firewood, and it's good.
Oh, I'm glad. Your shelter seemed to be a little cramped.
It was too small. I tried putting up a line, and then it kind of collapsed, and then it ripped. So then I folded in the sides, and then I was just kind of like curled up in a ball.
So
Yeah.
that's often what real survival is going to be, right? Is just to get through the night. You can sleep during the day in the sunshine, right? Get through the night, and uh, I know that you're working on coming to the breakout sessions that we're doing as well. So thanks for that. Would you come to this again if we had it again?
Oh yeah.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for coming out to this. I really do. It's nice to have someone from outside the local circle. Uh, I know you came in late, so you're pushed in the dark, but how did you, what's your impression of this? Would you do it again?
Yeah, I was talking to
Brennan?
Brennan. I think this is a valuable training thing for a bunch of reasons. I mean, if you got new guys that are in the woods, some of them have never slept beside a fire, and that's a big deal. Some people have never slept under, a tarp before even, which is kind of a big deal. So it's just to build that confidence and realize you don't need, the $400 North Face tent and the $400 skookum knife and those things. You can get by with a can of not very good fruit salad and just knowing stuff, right? So yeah, no, it's fun, and I had people ask me, why would you do this? You can do it, and it's just to keep honing those skills and sharpening those skills. Last night, that little dollar store clip-on light was a savior, and I of course would normally like to have my headlamp, but that did the job, and got the shelter built in relatively okay time. So yeah, it was good. I'm glad you invited me. I enjoyed it.
Oh, my pleasure, and I'm really glad you came. Like I was trying to tell people all along, this is a safe way to, as far as I'm concerned, to come up with an ability to improvise. So if you were caught with nothing suddenly in an area like this, if you found something like a beer can to boil your water in, then are you able to improvise? Are you able to adapt to that? And that's why you only get to go to a dollar store. Because if you were shopping around, you could get some good stuff, even under 15 bucks.
Yeah, I was trying to think what was the big winner, and I think it was probably that stupid little headlamp or that little clip-on light. Though I'll admit, after 3 hours of using it last night, it wasn't very bright. So the batteries aren't the best in it. But you know what? 3 hours is a long time to help yourself out. And the reality of it is most survival situations only last 72 hours, right? That's the goal of your guys'
Yep,
SAR, right?
absolutely.
So, if you can get your shelter built, make it through that first night, there's a good chance you probably picked up the next day, and you're good to go. So that little clip-on light only needed to last the 3 hours because it needed to make the shelter, and I slept great last night. So,
All right. Thanks a lot.
thanks for having me.
So we're just gonna wrap this up and go to my shelter. So I chose to go very minimalistic. I've done this before with lots of comfort stuff, but I chose to go very minimalistic on this one. And I got the shower curtain in a plow point. I got a knife that actually worked out amazingly well. I split all my wood for the night with that. I have a sunshade that I slept on. My pillow, as you can see, was a split log that I cover with my schmog, and I got water and a bowl and some string. And this was my shelter for the night. I tell people it must have been pretty good because my fire went out 3 times. So I guess I slept. If you're interested in doing this again, or in doing this when we do it again, let me know. brbushcraft.com is the site. Facebook page is Beaver River Bushcraft. Thanks a lot. We'll talk to you later.